Hello everyone, TrueBlade here, welcome back to more Mega Man X. Last time, we started to infiltrate Sigma's fortress and take out his forces in there. We destroyed Vile, who gave us problems throughout pretty much since the beginning of the game. And we did finally beat him, but at the cost of 0. And we've also discovered that Sigma also has brought back these guys to help defend his fortress again as well, though. So, traditional Mega Man Capcom boss rush. In this case, reminiscent of the original Mega Man 1. And we've also taken out a couple more of the bosses that he's got guarding his place, though. So, in any case, let's go on ahead and go further. And this level in particular, though, see, already right out of the gate, we have a boss door. This stage is much more so the boss rush. And first up is Armored Armadillo. And I have got a bone to pick with you after last time. Electric Spark is his weakness, though, and it will cause him to lose his armor. Which means you can shoot him, which means he can no longer block your attacks. And even when he's rolling around, you can now hit him during that as well. But otherwise, though, this is the case where the weakness makes the fight so much easier. And he's already down. Again, his pattern doesn't really break, but you basically take out his armor, which basically removing his invincibility through a lot of stuff, though. And he can no longer block and absorb your shot. Absorb your shots, and fire back other shots. Okay, this is gonna get interesting. I think, yep. He had already respawned because his spawn point was way below there. I'm gonna go try to get that one over there, though. At least they gave you a lot of those tanks over there for that, though. And that's the case of enemies pretty much respawning with you pretty much off-screen them by like a pixel. But yep, up next, though, since we got to see the spikes in the ceiling, we got Sting Chameleon back. His weakness is Boomerang Cutter. Time to see how he breaks when we use that. So, literally, you could just go back and forth here with the Boomerang Cutter. Knock him off the thing, though, and knock him off the ceiling, though, and if you can time it right, you can make it so that way he doesn't even get an attack off. And I almost pulled that off to where he actually didn't get hit to attack. I mean, he managed to fire one Chameleon Sting, and he managed to start swinging. I think I saw one spike go down. But yeah, this is why this was pretty much why I didn't want to abuse the boss's weaknesses the first time as well, because again, they pretty much bosses pretty much are a complete joke, and I didn't want to throw that away, though. Okay, get some more of that. Get that blue one to get some more weapon energy, though. Now we're gonna get the shotgun ice. You see wires on the top? That means it's Spark Mandrill again. And this one, time to see how much of a joke he is with this, or he can just jump over it. I'm not even gonna face you. And just bounce the ice off the ceiling. Off this wall here, though, to hit you. It makes no difference if you hit him with the other. Although if you're too quick with the shot, though, you will damage him and not freeze him. So you have to watch the timing on that. But yeah, you see what I mean by how Shotgun Ice makes him an absolute joke. It's pretty funny how some of these guys pretty much break if you got their weaknesses. I mean, that was always the point of these Mega Man games as well, to use the weaknesses to make the bosses easier. Oh, get some free get like some free energy and some free weapon energy as well, though. And I'm bringing Boomerang Cutter back out here. We're in the water, so that means let's launch Octopus next, though. But that's not his weakness. There's actually something else you can do in this fight with Boomerang Cutter. You can hit him. You can hit him a few times here with it, though, and 3 of them will cause him to lose those tentacles, which now means he can no longer use that. Which means he can no longer use the suction attack, though, or fire off the homing fish. But yeah, Launch Octopus, though, his weakness, though, it's just it doesn't really reset a pattern or anything. It just is increased damage, though, and it's one of those he's actually, even with his weakness, he's actually one of the more difficult ones. But I really wanted to show that with the boomerang cutter though, because that is such a fun thing to do, where you basically cripple him to where he can't do a whole lot. Now over here we got a couple paths over here. We got this low path over here, and there's also a path. There's also a spike-filled path up here as well though. Chameleon Sting also makes it that way you're immune to spikes. Don't ask how that works, because I don't get it either though. Gives you a free extra life and free energy capsule over here though, and we've got one left. It's Flame Mammoth. It's Flame Mammoth again, and he's another one. He's got an interesting thing that you could do with Boomerang Cutter as well. You cut off his trunk, which means he can no longer spit out the oil. And I'm not gonna lie, he looks kind of funny when he doesn't have that though. Like, you know something's missing. Although if you're able to line up the Storm Tornado right there, you can easily get a couple shots off there with that though. But yeah, Boomerang Cutter is getting a lot of usage here though, because of the thing with Launch Octopus and the thing with Flame Mammoth, just for those little things though, as well as being weakness for Steam Chameleon. And if that wasn't enough, that was all 8 of the Mavericks. So there's this. We got ourselves the stage boss here. This little tank, this little dinosaur tank of sorts. His name's D-Rex, and he's also weak to the Boomerang Cutter. This one actually can do a lot of damage here, though. Excuse me. Hello? Okay, finally decided to move. Alright. Looks out. And he got tired of me. He got upset at me taunting him. I was like, hello? Are you moving? He did not like that. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but in this version at least, I've seen him get stuck to kind of stop there for a bit though. I'm trying to remember if I've seen that happen in the Super Nintendo version or not though. I don't remember. Or even in the Super Nintendo Classic that I have as well. But that's still not all of Sigma's Fortress. We got this vertical shaft here though. Before we go any further here, because we've already beaten all the Mavericks, we know we're near the end. So my recommendation: charge up a rolling shield. I don't know how well this is showing up in the thing though, but and basically you have these little worms that'll come out of these holes and they respawn pretty much forever. Use these to fill up your sub tanks and all that though, and just that way you are fully stocked up here though, because the fight coming up is pretty dang tough. I recommend having everything maxed out. I'm gonna cut away to when I've actually got everything here. Let me actually check the progress of where I am right now with that. So let's I got 2 pretty much full there, so I'll cut ahead to once I've actually got everything filled up. That was the sound I wanted to hear there. Okay, so that's all. So that's all sub tanks filled up there. Also, yeah, you can cancel the rolling shield out of it though by going to the pause screen and swapping weapons manually though, because while you have the rolling shield charged up there, you pretty much can't switch weapons. It's pretty much going until it wears off. So now that we're fully stocked up on sub tanks, let's climb up here. It's Sigma. Welcome. I see you managed to get here by yourself. Very impressive. I could destroy you, but I would not rob my pet of that pleasure. He knows how to deal with betrayers. Should you live, I will be waiting for you. Don't disappoint me, X. Yep, he starts off by sticking this dog on you. He will always start the fight by leaping over you, though. But honestly, this one isn't that hard though. But and your charge shots will knock him backward as well, and can pretty much knock him out of attacks. If you cling to the wall though, he can go up to the wall and rain the fire upward as well. So don't think you're just safe just by hanging out on the wall. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get him to do that. All right. Are you gonna do that? Or he could just lunge at me. He knows what I'm trying to do. Come on, show that. There it is. So yeah. Don't think you're safe by clinging to the wall. Oh, yeah, he's not that hard though. He does have a weakness in shotgun ice though, but unlike the charge buster shots, so shotgun ice actually doesn't launch it backwards. So this is actually another case where I don't even bother with the weakness though. I just go for the buster shots, for the charge buster shots, because I find it's easier. Point is to try to take as little damage from that one as possible. I definitely did not do a good job of that though. Excellent job, X. I see why Zero counted on you. You are almost as good a hunter as I was. But the time of your destruction has arrived. You shall regret ever having defied me. I'm switching over to Electric Spark because that's his weakness. And it's one of those as you'd expect though, this guy who's basically got a lightsaber here, his attack, he is definitely no joke. The main strategy here is basically hug onto the wall, get him to go up on it though, and then come down though, and then blast him with shots when you've got the openings. I am gonna see if I can try to get him to show some other attacks though, but I want to wait for like a safer window for it. Okay, here we go. Nope, not quite. He keeps leaping. I can't, because he's got an attack where he can like dash forward as well though, and that's where he's actually gonna go for a saber swing, and that is a ton of damage. He can also fire shots from that little orb, from that little circle on his head there. There it is. And I am doing really bad. I would rather not use a sub-tank though, but I have to. And he's down. But of course, it's not that easy. He still has another form here. This mech right here is known as Velgauder Sigma. Name for that little dog that he had as well, though, whose name was Velgauder. You have to aim for the head though. You have to aim for the headpiece here though, with charge shots here though. And only fully charged shots will work on this one though. This is why Zero gave you the buster shot. He gave you his buster if you did not get the arm, if you did not get the arm piece here though, because your other shots won't actually, because your normal charge shots actually won't hurt him. But now that I've demonstrated that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to his weakness, which is Rolling Shield. And his attacks do a lot of damage there. So, oh boy! Sub-tank, that's 2 sub-tanks I've had to use on him though. And if you lose to this fight, you have to do the other 2 fights again. And you also have to jump to hit him with his weakness, the Rolling Shield there. So it's pretty reminiscent of the Wily bosses though, where you actually have to, where one of the weapons that's hardest to hit him with is actually his weakness. But yeah, Sigma made a comment though that X was almost as good as Hunter as he was though. So yeah, how this worked in this universe here is that basically the Reploids, these robots that basically, the ones that went rogue, they were called Mavericks, and the Maverick Hunters, which X is part of, were those that had to basically take down these rogue Reploids, the Mavericks. And Sigma was the commander at one point though, but until he himself also went Maverick. And there's been a few things with that though. What happened there with that though? The PSP remake had something with that though, but of course later games in the series would also elaborate more on this too though. But in any case though, I've talked long enough. Sigma, it's time for you to die. And it is time to, and that is it. That is the final form. No, it's not possible. I'm a Reploid. I can't be destroyed by you. Why, X? Why you done this to us? Shouldn't it be why have you done this to us? Without the humans, my Reploid brothers could have ushered in a new age. And that is it. And that takes down the whole fortress too. The whole fortress that was floating up there though, and is now about to crash into there though, a la Angel Island. Except Angel Island survives the fall. The Sigma's Fortress does not. And, well, here we are with that's the game. The war has ended for now, and peace has been restored. But those sacrificed themselves for the victory will never return. Yeah, but especially Zero. Well, except Zero was a fan favorite, so of course they're going to bring... Of course they... It's one of those cases, though, where a character is popular and they had to bring him back anyway, though. Not really a sport. This game's old, and he's appeared in other media, too. Exhausted, X gazes at the destruction he helped cause and wonders why he chose to fight. Was there another way? Standing on the cliff, the answer seemed to escape him. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer. And honestly, another thing that annoys me with this, though, is that there is no speeding this text up. This text is going really slow with this, though. Which, again, if you already beat the game, though, it's one of those where people play through it gets annoying. How long will he keep on fighting? How long will his pain last? Maybe only the X-Buster on his hand knows for sure. But yeah, X of course is he's a very pacifist character. He actually doesn't want to fight, as he keeps pondering he's pondering why he has to fight and such. So that's gonna be a thing throughout the Mega Man X series. Trust me, like that's the thing that keeps on happening. But now we got the little cast here, though. These I talk about some of the different enemies that are actually in the different stages here, though. So that's most of these are just like normal enemies. Though the ones that are kind of a little isolated a bit, though, like this one, though, the Thunder Slimer, though, that was like a little further away than the others. Those are the mini bosses here. In the Sky stage, that's referring to the plane that we fought Storm Eagle on, though. But now, some of these enemies actually did appear in other stages, in the other stages as well. So I don't know what really determined where they put where, though. So I don't necessarily know how they organized that, though. What their plan was for that, though. The Sigma stages, though, they actually tell you about the different bosses there, though. Like Bow Spider, Rang to Bang, the D-Rex, and then Velgado was the dog that he's stuck on. And I think I say dog because of the way that the sprite looks, though, but it definitely has a more wolfish appearance in the official art, as well as I think in the PSP remake Maverick Hunter X, though, which I haven't played that one, though, but I've heard it's actually a pretty decent remake. And in fact, actually, as we see the Mavericks come up on here, though, the bosses, though, they actually flesh out the personality of some of these bosses a bit more, though. So that's why, like in the PSP remake, though, and X even has a little small conversation with them, though, because like why are you doing this? So before he ends up fighting them. And of course, there's Vile that gave us problems at the beginning because he pretty much cheated with his armor that was pretty much invincible. And we will remember Zero. And you as Mega Man X. So they're basically saying that you play the part of this character because of course you're the one who control the game, though. So, and now we got ourselves a little bit of the actual credits of this game, though. Although they have like they kind of have the simpler names that they use for these, though. So while it's going on, I'm gonna go talk about this game as well, though. Like I said, this was probably the Mega Man game that I have the most nostalgia for because again, I didn't grow up with the classic series, though. I had the Super Nintendo, so this was my first Mega Man game, and I love this game. Like I said, I know this game really well. I know it didn't look like it because of some of the bad boss runs I had, but But yeah, like I said, I really enjoy the music in this game though, the rockin' music with this though. In fact, to the point where I've actually wanted to make some arrangements of some of these music of some of the tracks, but yeah, that's. But yeah, it's like, and also the new mechanics in this game though, like the wall jumping and such as well. Like they're really great additions to this game though, and I also really like the characters though. I mean, like Vile, yeah, you hate him though, but that makes him a really good villain. I just hate that how he forces 2 forced lost battles on you though. I would have rather just be cutscenes, but and of course Zero, and of course we get introduced to Zero in this game as well, who again is a fan favorite though. But again though, Mega Man X though, I highly recommend playing this game though. It's a really fun one though. If you want to get into some Mega Man X games, so this of course is a good one to start with. But yeah, so I'm not quite done with this game though. There's still a little bit more to do, some bonus stuff here though. And of course we have this. You have won a temporary victory, X. What you destroyed was only a temporary body. My spirit remains intact. In time, I will find other bodies strong enough to do my bidding. And I will return. I shall see you soon, X. Very soon. That's honestly something that I wish was... They had kept for the game though, because the game just stopped on that screen though. You pretty much had to turn the game off at that point though. But in any case though, again, we're not quite done with this game though. There's a couple more things I want to show. I want to showcase the different scene. I want to showcase the boss, the stages though that changed with that when beating certain Mavericks though. I want to show what they look like without beating those bosses. And I want to show, and there's also another major secret in this game I want to show as well though. So until next time though, I'll see y'all for the bonus video. See you guys then. Thank y'all for watching.